Jackie, we're so glad you're back in the city. I think you know that we are celebrating the 50th anniversary of the Arts Council.
Yes.
And you were certainly a very important part of that. When did you first come to the Arts Council?
I came in 1974,
And how long were you here?
22 years.
Oh, my. What are some of the highlights that when you think back in your 22 years?
Well, I mean, it started as an agency largely to put on a festival.
Mm-hmm.
And it continued as that for a very long time, to this day, of course. But over the years, it fleshed out into a much broader, more important community asset besides 1 week a year. And so, you know, following that kind of organic trail to where it would lead us to find pockets that we could serve in the community was pretty exciting.
It sure
And
is.
so we've ended up with just a fabulous list of services and programs and so forth. This Arts Council is a little unusual across the country as you know, I got to know other arts councils. Usually they're either funding agency or programming agencies. We were not a funding agency, but we were also the main arts agency, arts council in the city. So we're not government, we're private, but which gave us a lot of flexibility actually.
Yes, that's right.
So it's been fun, you know. It was the best job anyone will ever have, is being at the Arts Council.
Well, you certainly did a superb job. I'm sure you know that we now moved back in front of the Civic Center. You were all part of that first
Where I
one.
started, you bet.
Was that when you first began that took place?
It was, yeah, it was in Civic Center, and then we moved here in 82. Somebody tell me if that's right.
Yes.
Okay, 82. We moved in 82, and which was a huge thing, and we were forced to move. The city fathers wanted us to be a vehicle to start bringing some notice and some credibility to Myriad Gardens.
Oh.
And they weren't happy with us in Civic Center Park because we did some damage every year. I mean, there's no other way to put it. And it was never designed to do what we did there.
Yeah.
So the powers that be said, find a way to, you know, move this over. They wanted us to move into the Myriad Gardens. And we had many meetings, and Larry Lucas finally said, we were working from an aerial view, and he finally said, you know, if we could get access or control of a peripheral property to the Myriad Gardens, then we could center it there and work it into the gardens. And we're sitting in it. This facility was the first public facility built in Oklahoma City after World War II, and was the main fire station for many years. And so this half block of property, we took a long-term lease with the city of Oklahoma City, which is getting ready to expire, and you know, and put the resources into this property to be able to serve safe food, to perform properly, to do all those things to present artists in the best light. And so we actually took a loan for $250,000
Which is a lot of
to
money.
do that here, along with money that Marilyn Myers had saved, because Marilyn Myers always saved the money, right? And so she didn't like spending money, she liked saving money. And so we took what Marilyn had in the bank, we borrowed $250,000 and put about $500,000 into this property. And it was a great investment. So it's been a wonderful home for us. Having control on this space made a huge difference in the way we could develop and grow the festival.
That's for sure. And, what are some of the funny things? There were some
Lord.
highlights.
Oh, how many? Lynn and I have sat not too long ago and started talking about those kinds of things. One night, Barney Limbeck and I were drilling a hole in the middle of Civic Center Park about midnight, and we hit a water main, trying to find somebody with the city who'd come shut off the water in the middle of a Saturday night's not easy. And so we flooded the place. It was, you know, there were many of those instances. One of my favorites that you can edit out if you want to, but the last year we were at Civic Center Park, I was still director, and I was tired, and the last day I thought, I'm going to sit here and watch a performance. I never do that. So I sat myself down on a park bench in front of the main stage, and in a few minutes, a street person came and sat beside me. And we didn't, I think we said hello, and that's about it. And that was back when we were still doing melodrama. And at the end of the melodrama, when the heroine throws her skirts up and eeks and so forth, she had no underwear on, which was a dare among the cast. And I was just stunned, and I thought, what am I supposed to be doing about this? You know, finding this girl some panties, what am I doing? And this guy looked at me and he said, I hope you saw that too. Because he had been drinking and I hadn't.
Well,
So that's one of my favorite stories.
Well, Jackie, we really appreciate you being here and sharing your memories with
I'm
us.
happy to do it. I appreciate being included.
Well, good. Thank you so much.